Check your mic out. Testing 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah. You live? Okay, good. Shalom, Israel. With ISBK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Start off 1969. We're in the Command and General Yohana, where we teach blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Make sure we emphasize that, with any other Israelite group. We're in the ISBK in South Carolina teaching the Sabbath Service classes here. Last night we talked about Lashwank with Dash, when we talked about the sacrifices of to get ourselves out of Egypt. But now we're going to talk a little bit about, what's our title here? Sabbath Service is bad.
Our title is Israel, let your obedience be known.
Let your obedience be known. We're going to get into that, man, you know. Sister Nayar, Trooper Nayar. Okay, good. As people join the chat, man, you sit back. This is the Sabbath where the Most High has given us a day basically to catch up with your life, really. Right. You know, to rest or to go out and cut the grass if you need to. Yeah. You know what you need. You need to go. If you need to get something for the store, but you know, this is the day off from work where you shall not put your brother to work.
Right.
That's for sure. You don't put him to work. You know, you let him have a day off, and if he chooses to go and cut his wife or go and relax, if he chooses to go out and be with his family, right, and catch up and cut the grass. That's what I'm going to say. Cut the grass and catch up with his family life, then let him be so. That's what he needs to do. That's what the Most High. The Sabbath was made for you. It was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. We're not robotic where we follow the Sabbath in a backwards way, man. Well, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for Sabbath, right?
Right.
So we're going to get started here. Modern Shabbat. Call the first candidate to state your registry.
Nayar Banyahawad, Banyashala.
Nayar Banyahawad, Banyashala.
How about Shim Yavshabrak Thumb?
How about Shim Yavshabrak? Laishala.
Ayashala.
Blow the horn. Right. Hope we still got sound there. Still got sound out. Right.
Okay. All right. Sar. Salah upon Yahakriya means first turn and face the east. All right, it's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malataka, Taba'ah, Ratazayik, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashemaiah,
Shemaiah,
Lathan,
Lathan,
Lanoah,
Lanoah,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakinawa,
Wasalakinawa,
Kabawatanawa,
Kabawatinawa,
Kasalakinawa,
Kasalakinawa,
Kabawatanawa,
Kabawatinawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Dabayayanawa,
Walayanawa,
Manasayawa,
Masayawa,
Abal,
Abal,
Abishayanawa,
Abishayanawa,
Mayan,
Hayah,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa, Hamala,
Allah,
Wahatapar,
Wahapar,
Wahalayim,
Wahalayim,
Aman.
Aman.
What did it say in the Hebrew? We say in English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom
thy
come,
will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth,
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this
our
day
daily bread,
daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our debts,
forgive our debtors,
Forgive our
lead us not
lead us
into
not
temptation,
into
but
temptation,
deliver us
Deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
power,
power,
glory,
glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
The power, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahushua,
Baba Kushah,
Baba Kashah,
Nathanawa,
Athayinawa,
Hakak,
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 La'pa'ah,
Wa'afa'ah,
Kal Malakah,
Kalmanakah,
Wakal Madawa,
Kalmanawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarium,
Hamatazari,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lahakwil,
Lahaki,
Hamathium,
Hamat,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Ara'akwa,
Wa'ak,
Hamata'ala,
Hamata'al,
Lagarsh,
Lagarsh,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahushua,
the water,
the water,
Aman.
Aman.
What he said in Hebrew, he said in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of Yahweh
please
Shah,
give us the power.
please give us the
Power
power,
to heal all manner of sickness,
power to heal all manner of
all
sickness,
manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the lepers,
power to raise the dead,
power to raise the
power
dead,
against unclean spirits.
power against
Cast
unclean
them out.
spirit, cast
In
them
the
out.
name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
This is bless Israel. In the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahushua,
Barakanao,
Barakanao,
Wayasharala,
Ba'ashala,
Wayad Ba'ah,
Ba'ah,
Saparium,
Saparium,
Barak,
Barak,
Rapa'ah,
Ba'ah,
Magan,
Magan,
Hagan,
Magan.
all of Israel.
All of Israel,
All of Israel, Commander General Yohana,
Commanded Jenny, huh?
all of the generals,
All the generals,
all the captains,
and the captains,
all the officers,
all the officers,
all the troopers,
all the troopers,
and their families,
and
their
their families.
family,
and ISUPK.
And
ISUPK,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah,
Hashem Yahushua,
the water,
water.
Aman.
Amen. When we say in Hebrew, we say in English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
bless us,
Bless us,
and Israel,
and Israel,
the school,
and the school.
bless you, shield, protect
Bless us,
our
shield,
loved
protect
ones,
our loved
in the
ones.
name of
In the name of
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
so be it.
Psalms 121. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Anyanya,
Ayani,
All,
All,
Haharia,
Ahari,
Mahayan,
Ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Baba'ah,
Isaiah,
Azari,
Isaiah,
Azari,
Ma'ai,
Ma'ai,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Asha,
Shemaiah,
Shemai,
Wa'aratazar,
Wa'arat,
Ayatan,
Ayatan,
Namawat,
Abawat,
Wagalka,
Agal,
Al,
Al,
Yanawam,
Alawam,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Hana,
Ahai,
La'ah,
Ah,
Yanawam,
Alawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yaishan,
Shawamar,
Shamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yashal,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamark,
Shamar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Azal,
Al Yai,
Ayai,
Yamyanki,
Amen.
Yamamam,
Yawmam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wa'arat,
Walayala,
Layla,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Makarai,
Akarai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashta,
Atapash,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'akta,
Yazak,
Waba'akta,
Babak,
Ma'aita,
Ai,
Wa'ai,
Ai,
Awalam.
Ailam,
What he said in Hebrew, we say in English. I lift up my eyes
I
to
lift up
the
my eyes
hills,
to the hills.
from which cometh my help.
From which cometh
My
my
help coming from the
My
Lord,
help comes from the
which
Lord,
made heaven and earth.
which made heaven
He
and
will
earth.
not suffer that foot to be
He did not
moved.
suffer that foot
He
to
that
be moved.
keepeth
He
thee
that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not stumble.
Behold, he that keepeth
He
Israel
that
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not stumble nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is the shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade
The
upon thy
sun
right
shall not smite thee by day,
hand. Sun shall not
nor
smite
the
thee by
moon
day,
by night.
nor the moon by
The
night.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out
Lord shall preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming
and
in.
thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth,
and forevermore.
forevermore.
Psalms 83. Alahaya,
Allahaya,
Adamaya,
Adamaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Karash,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Tashakwat,
Tashakwat,
Al,
Al,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ana,
Ana,
Awabayaka,
Abai,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
I'm Yaka,
Amaka,
Yarmanwa,
Yarmanwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Wayata,
Yatasawa,
Yatasawa,
Al Tasapawayaka,
Al-Tasawan,
Armanwa,
Armanwa,
Lakawa,
Al-Wa,
Wanakakida,
Wanakaki,
Makawa,
Magawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham,
Sham,
Yashala,
Yashal,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nasazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Bariyat, Yakarwafwa, Alahaya, Adawam, Wa, Yashamai, Allah, Yam, Ma'awaba, Wahagaria, Gabal, Wamamai, it's like Wamalat, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashah, I'm a Shabia, Tazawar, Gam, Ashawar, Nalawa, Amai, Hayawa, Zabawai, Nabana Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadi, Kasaya, Sarah, Kanyaki, Banakal, Kayash, One, the Shabna, Bayan, the Ara, Hayawa, the Man, Ladama, Sayatama, Nada, Ya, Mawa, Karai, Wakas the Ba, Wakas the Bak, Wakas the Zal, Manai, Call, that's the Kawa, Ashar, Armanwa, the Shawashah, it's like Lanawa, Ath, Na'awa, Alahaya, Sayatawa, Gagaya, Kakwash, Napanya, Rabba Aqua, it's like Kaash, Daba Ira, Wakalaba, Dalahat, Ahariam, Khan, Dawadakma, Basa Arika, Wabasa, Wabatka, Dabaham, Mala'a, it's like Panahaya, Walawan, Waya, Bakwaswa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Walawa, Wa'ida, Waya, Kapawa, Waya, Abadu, Yawa, Yawai, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Alawan, Al, Ka, Harat.
We said in Hebrew, we said in English. Keep out that silence.
Yahweh.
Hold out that peace. Be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make atonement. They that hate thee will lift up their head and take a crafty counsel against thy people. And consulting against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation. In the name of Israel, there may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the Tabernacles of Edom, Ishmaelites, Moab, Hagari, Baal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Sure is also joined with them. Their hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do it to them. To the Midianites. To Assyria. To Jabin. To Brook Kasam. Which perished at Endor. They became as dumb of the earth. They their nose like a ram. Like Zayed. The other princes of Zabal. And the Zamunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as a stone before the wheel, as a fire burneth the wood, as the fire set them, as the flame to set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill thy faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. Oh Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone, Yahweh, the Most High, over all the earth. Sorry. Scrolls down. Go to horn again. Shapian needs to be seated. So what we at?
We are at Leviticus 17.
We'll read some Leviticus 17, right? Okay. All right, and 7 verses in the Hebrew, 7 verses in the English, right? All right, Kazimar, let's get it. All right. Go ahead, Mayar.
Hayaka, Bara, Yaha, Waha, Allah, Mashaha, La'a, Mara. Verse 2. Kaba. Oh, it's like Dabar. Allah. I mean, it's like all. It's like Aha. Ahara. Na. It's like Ra'ah. Ra. Wa'al. Bana. Bana. Yawa. Wa'ala. Kala. Mana. Ya. It's like Kala. Bana. Ya. It's like Rasha. Ra'ah. Kasha. Ra'ah. Ba'al. Pa'a. Mara. Da. Allah. Allah. Yaha. Yaham. Naha. Oh, it's like Zaha. Zaha. It's like Zaha. Hada. Bara. Sham. Asha. Ra. Tazar. Raha. Yaha. Raha. Yahau. It's like La'ah. Mara. Verse 3. Aya. Shah. Aya. Ash. Ay. It's like Ash. Ayasha. Maba. Yata. Yasha. Ra'ah. Ra'al. Amara. Yasha. Ashar. Asha. Kasa. Oh, it's like Kasa. Oh, it's like
Just read what you see.
Yasha. Kapa. Kata. Shara. Shawara. Awa. Kashaba. Ara. Ana. Isa. Oh, it's like Bama. Kana. Ha. Hara. Ashara. Yasha. Yasha. Kata. Maka. Wataza. Lama. Lama. Kana. Ha. Verse 4. Ra'ah. Ra'al. Pata. Ha. I mean, Pata. Ka. Aha. Ahal. Mara. Mara. Ana. Ada. La'a. Haba. Ya'a. Wa. Laha. Quara. Yaba. Quara. Bana. Laya. Hara. Ha. Lapa. Naya. Masha. Masha. Kana. Yaha. Raha. Yahawa. Dom. Yaka. Shaba. La'a. La'a. Yasha, Haha, Wa'a, Dom, Shapa, Shapak, Wana, Karata, Ha'a, Yes, select Ha'a, Yasha, Tata, slice, Kaka, Wa'a, Haha, Wa'a, Shakwa, Makwa, Waba, Aimara, verse 5, Lama, Ana, Asha, Ra, Yaba, Ya'a, Wa, Bana, Ya, Yasha, Ra'a, Ra'al, Ata, Ata, Daba, Kaya, Zaba, Kaya, Ham, Ashar, Ham, Zaba, Zaba, Kayam, Allah, Pana, Ya, Hasha, Naha, Waha, Baya, Bayam, Laya, Hawa, Ha, Allah, Pata, Ka, Ahau, Mawa, Mara, Ana, Mawai, Allah, Haka, Tana, Raza, Mata, Raza, Baka, Ra, Zaba, Kaya, Shala, Mayam, Laya, Hara, Ha, Awa, Thumb, verse 6, Hazah, Rakwa, Haka, Hana, Ata, Hata, Rada, Radom, Hadam, Allah, Allah, Maza, Baka, Yaha, Waha, Hahawa, Pata, Ka, Aha, Ahau, Mawai, Mawai, Waha, Quata, Gara, Haka, Laba, Lara, Yaka, Laya, Kaka, Laya, Hara, Ha, verse 7. Wala, Wala Yaza Bakara Ara Da Ata Zaba Kayaham Lasha Aya Rum Ashara Haim Zanayim Aka Rayaham Kakwa Tha Ara Lam Daha Yaha Za'a Ta Laha Yum Laham La Lada it's like Lada Rata Rathum.
All right. Picking up your skills and then reading the Hebrew, right?
Con.
That's about coming to class, ain't you?
Constant.
Right. Staying online, checking in, right?
Right.
What we got to cause tomorrow? We got the chat.
We still get on the chat. Right
All right. Go ahead.
All right, we got Leviticus 17:1.
Right.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Speaking of who?
Speaking to Moses.
Speaking of Moses, man. How Moses, old man, him and Aaron, they 80 and 81 years old. We'll repeat that, man. Because you know this is like miracle, you know.
Yeah.
Most I use old men like that, man. Go ahead.
All right. And the Lord spake unto Moses,
Right.
saying, verse 2, speak unto Aaron and to his sons,
Right.
and unto all the children of Israel.
To all the children of Israel. This lets you know that this is for Israel, man, for our obedience. The Most High expected his people to be obedient, right?
Right.
But of course, we're gonna have to let that be known because we got a lot of stuff going on out here. Our people doing everything but being obedient, right?
Right.
Go ahead, finish reading.
Oh God.
Right.
And say unto them, this is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying.
Right.
Verse 3, what man soever there be of the house of Israel.
Right.
That killeth.
What man built? That's all evidence, man.
Right.
That whoever built the house of Israel, right? That's what he's trying. Is what the Most High is letting us know that he's letting us know that he's talking specifically to us, right?
Right.
So let somebody say, it's not even about that. It's not even about some other nation trying to claim this because they can't.
Right.
They ain't of the seed of Israel, of course. Of course, the obedience, man. The Most High is talking to us because he wants us to obey. Because we're gonna find out that we are stiff-necked people.
Right.
The Most High is trying to put us back into to proper scales of being balanced and justice.
Right.
So he can give us some grace, man. So he won't have to slaughter us, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as a matter of fact, give me Romans 6th chapter. Let's see what Paul said about it. Because he expects us to be dead to the sin, man. And but you letting you know that Israel is the ones that's carrying on out here. We're the ones that need the Most High. He wants to come back for his people, but we yet in the streets still slumming.
That's right.
Go ahead, read that. What you got for me?
Romans 6:1.
6:1. What you got?
What shall we say then? Shall we continue?
Shall we do what?
Shall we continue?
Shall we continue in this sin of cause?
Right.
That's what it's saying. Should we?
Nah.
Should we not, y'all? That's what the Bible said. Go ahead, read.
Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Yeah, let the Most High, just call the Most High is giving us grace. What are you gonna do? Continue in sin?
Right.
What did the Lord say? Read.
God forbid.
Right.
How shall we that are dead to sin?
You're supposed to be dead to sin, man. That's why Christ came, lived, and died for us, right? We'll get into that in a second. That what? Finish reading.
How shall we that are dead to sin
Right.
live any longer therein?
We live in. So that's what it is, man. We out here. I mean, we go work every day, man. And then, of course, we go to some of these places why our people are still smoking
Right.
cigarettes, still eating pork,
Hmm.
still eating shrimp, crab, lobster, sea roaches, right?
Right.
They still eating all this stuff. And then our women are still out there grabbing their man by the hand with their pink shoes and say, come on, let's go to where? Let's go to the church, ain't it?
Right.
And that's keeping our people messed up and down too, right?
Right.
Read that again.
Okay.
Read that again, Romans. Yeah.
What's
Start from verse 1.
Romans 6:1?
Right.
What shall we say then?
Right.
Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Right.
God forbid.
God forbid. In other words, don't be presumptuous, man.
Right.
You're going to continue in sin and say, Lord, going to give me some grace. I'm going to live. Man, you could be judged right now.
Right.
That's what the Most High, because He's given us, you got to you got to obey the Most High, right?
Right.
Let your obedience be known, man. Right? Because see, we thought back in those days, that's why we're reading what we had Leviticus.
Okay.
That's why we're reading, man, that what they did back then, the Most High had to give them something to see. They needed to see something.
Right.
Because they couldn't just obey just by the Lord say, just go ahead and listen, just do what I say.
Right.
They had to see the sacrifices, man. Let's see this lamb died,
Yeah.
blood everywhere, and the poor Levites wearing that altar out, man. I'm pretty sure they were full.
Right.
Right. Burping, right? Because of that, man. We've been in captivity for how long, man? Long time, man. And some of us are still captive.
Right.
And that's what this is all about, man. The Most High, we're still captive in our mind. Esau still got us captive up here because we choose to be captive, right?
Right.
We're choosing to allow ourselves to be captive because we're not obedient to the Most High.
All right.
Right. And so how does the Lord feel about it? I mean, we were led away captive, man. We gone in captivity, right?
Right.
Give me Amos 9:4 there. We'll show you that that's the most before we go there, I tell you what, give me Amos 9:4. Yeah. We realized that we were in captivity in America here, caught on those slave ships in Deuteronomy 28:68. Or the Most High said, if you ain't be in obedience, man, if you're not going to be in obedience, I'm going to send you into a land that you ain't never known before, in a language that you don't even know. People that say, when they say yeah, they mean no.
Right.
When they say no, they mean yeah.
Right.
When they say you can have a day off, they don't mean that.
Right.
What they're really saying is that, did I say that?
Right.
That's how they liars, man.
Yeah.
And so they lied to our native Indian brothers, didn't they?
Right.
Go ahead. What we got there? Well, let's say Amos 9:4. Yeah, read that. What we got?
Amos 9:4.
Right.
And though they go into captivity
Yeah.
before their enemies.
Right. We're in captivity in America before our enemies, man. Right. And by being in captivity, man, we're still caught up here in America by Esau's laws.
Right.
So some of us are content to join them.
Right.
We just join them, But go ahead, finish reading.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay. And it shall slay them, and
Right.
I will set mine eyes upon them for evil, and not for good.
Most High said, because read that again, because we ain't obeying the Most High said, instead of the Lord setting his eyes for good for us, we got put in captivity now for evil, man.
Right.
You released them evil angels to go ahead and take care of us, man.
Right.
To do what?
Slay.
To bring us back in line. Read that again.
Sir.
Right.
And I will set my read it up to from
Read the top, yeah.
Okay. And though they go into captivity before their enemies.
Who they talking about?
Slice, talking about Esau, Edomite. Oh,
Who they talking about? Read that again.
And though they go into captivity before their enemies.
Right. Who went in captivity? We did.
Right.
Say that again. Who
we did.
went in captivity? New York.
Judah,
Judah and Israel, right?
Israel, right?
Right. So read that from the top again.
Okay.
Right.
And they that go into captivity before their enemies.
Right. That's what we went into captivity.
Right.
We're the only ones that have been in captivity in this world, man.
Right.
Not Esau. Okay. That we're the only ones. We're in captivity by Esau
Yes, I
and
thought that.
Persia. Yeah, I understand. We're in captivity by Persia. We were in captivity by Persia. We were in captivity by the Syrians.
Yeah.
We're in captivity by them Africans over here in Montezarium in Egypt.
Right.
Read that from top again.
Okay.
Right.
And though they go into captivity before their enemies,
Right.
thence will I command the sword,
Yeah.
and it shall slay them.
It's gonna slay us, man, for our disobedience. Right.
Right.
Go ahead. Finish reading.
And I will set my eyes upon them for evil.
So in other words, Most High got a different agenda now to set us straight. It's all about setting us straight and getting us right. Right. He's gonna set his eyes on what?
And I will set my eyes upon them for evil,
For evil,
and not for good.
not for good.
Right.
In other words, the Most High is trying to get us together, man. He's trying to get, but see, here's the thing. But what did he give us back in the old days, man, in Leviticus? What did he give us? What,
Like if I make-
go ahead.
He gave us those sacrifice to
Sacrifice.
animals.
That's
Right.
right. Clap it up for it. Right. So we ain't under that no more.
Right.
He gave the sacrifice of animals, didn't he?
Right.
Give me but we abolished. Give me Ephesians 2:15. We abolished that, didn't we? We got away from that, man. I mean, because the Most High said, look at these stuff. I'm gonna have to be. The Most High is saying I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna have to give them Christ. Right?
Right.
The Most High. I mean, the Most High said they're gonna have to give Yahweh shot, right? To straighten these stiff-necked people out, right? What you got for me over there, Kaz? Yeah, we're talking about Christ had to get away, had to do away with them abolish the go ahead, read. Sorry.
Ephesians 2:15.
All right.
Having abolished in his flesh
Right.
the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances,
Right.
for to make in himself twain of one new man, so making peace.
Right. In other words, the Most High abolished all of those law sacrifices, right? To make us one new man, right?
Right.
But how did he do that? Of course, he had to. He had to give me 1 Peter 3:18.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to show you what the Most High did. We have to show what the Most High did for us, man. A lot of people don't realize what all the attention that the Most High gave his children. Isn't that what you would give your child? They need some food, they need clothing.
Right.
But when they disobey, what do they need now, y'all?
It's like you need a ass whoop.
Why'd you like it? They need a what?
They need a butt whoop.
They need a spanking, right? They
Right.
need a spanking, man, and that's what the Most High is giving us. Read that, Kazimar. What we got?
It's 1 Peter
Where you at? 1 Peter?
3:18, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
1 Peter 3:18.
Yeah, let's see. Let's read about who actually died for us, man, to get us together.
Okay.
Because we were in some bad shape. We still are in bad shape. That's what it is, right?
Right.
To make this one, to make in himself of twain one new man, so making peace. So we were at turmoil against ourselves, man.
Right.
Right? He abolished in the flesh the enmity, right?
Right.
Even the law commandments containing and ordinances, man. That's what that was. This flesh, this meat offering, this oblation. Most I say, no, let's make one new man out of this, man. Go ahead, read. What you got? Who did that?
1 Peter 3:18.
Right.
For Christ also has once suffered.
How
for
many
sin-
times?
Once suffered.
2 times.
Once suffered
Go ahead.
for sins. He, the just for the unjust.
The just for the unjust.
Right.
Go ahead.
that he might bring us to God.
Right. In other words, who was the just?
Oh, he was.
Christ was. Read, say it out. Say it out loud.
Christ was the.
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
clap it
just.
up for it, right. Christ was the just,
Right.
and he did that for who?
For the unjust.
For the unjust. Don't just pick it up loud. I know you guys got all work. Go ahead.
He did that for the
And
unjust.
start from the top. Read that again.
Okay.
Tell them where you at.
1 Peter 3:18.
Right.
For the Christ also has once suffered for sins.
Mm-hmm.
The
He
just,
he did it one time.
right.
That's all he needed to do, man.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
The just for the unjust.
Right. The just for the unjust, man. Go ahead, read.
That he might bring us to God.
That he might bring us to God. So that lets you know that our obedience got to be brought out, man.
Right.
It's got to be known, man. He's most I say, I'm gonna go get them. I'm gonna make these people live. They're gonna get a chance in the ISBK to be a just man, man. How does the walk circumspect, man? How do you be just, now, y'all? How do you do that? Because how do we sow? How are we unjust? And you'll be answering it when you say how you're just. Go ahead. How can we be just, man?
By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Clap it up for them. Now, how we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man? You know, should we just go and just tell the Most High, man, say, look, nah, we ain't, you know, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and continue eating this pork sandwich over here. I'm gonna go ahead. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and be a slum for the and I'm gonna go out here and still go to, where's that place? Chocolate City down there. I want to go there and I want to see the rump roasted. What we got to chat over there, man? In other words, I don't want to do right. That's what a lot of us say, man. That's why obedience. You ain't letting your obedience be known. You still crying the mind of a sinner, right?
All right.
Go ahead, read for me. Finish reading that. I'm sorry. It's like
being put to death in the flesh.
where we at?
What's that? 18.
Oh, 1 Peter. Okay, go ahead. Then go ahead, read.
That he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit.
Yeah, Christ was put to death in the flesh, man.
Right.
And he did that for who? For the children of Israel. Our dirt, all of our stuff that we do. I think about it, man. Think about if you just think about the dirtiest, nastiest thing that you've done.
Right.
Woman or a man, you know. And you got the women out there, if they done something like they go in, you know, like we talked about Valentine's Day, where they sleep with 4-5 men.
Right.
You know, some of them at one time. You know, just think about the nastiest, evilest thing that you could have done. The Most High died for that person.
Right.
He died, didn't he? He had to, man. Read that from the top again, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because see, that's but our obedience is still not known.
Right.
Because we still out there slumming. Go ahead.
For Christ also have suffered, once suffered for sins.
Right. He just wants to suffer for the sins, for that nasty hole.
Right.
Or that filthy, abominable, what do you call him? Sodomite.
Right.
I mean, you think about that. Christ died for that. Man, if that had been me, the good thing it wasn't me.
Right.
I'd have closed the door and say, got mine, y'all get.
Right.
But that ain't how Christ thought, right?
All right.
All right, sorry, read again. It's like it. Good thing he did nothing.
Right.
Go ahead.
For Christ also have once suffered for sin,
Right,
that the just for the unjust,
right.
that he might bring us to God,
Bring us to the Most High, right? Go
Right.
ahead.
being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit.
But quickened by the Spirit, man. He condemned sin in the flesh, didn't he?
Right.
Give me Romans 8:3. He had to do this, man, to because those sacrifices wasn't working.
Right.
Right? In other words, a lot of the things that y'all doing out here, the street ain't working. Ain't right?
Right.
In other words, some of y'all still sneaking around the corner smelling like cigarette smoke. Some of y'all, I mean, you know, I ain't call no names because I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. Preach the prophet of the Most High, Gazak Depar. I'm saying I know somebody out there in Israel out there still slumming, man. You know, because we got our still people still still going up in these Christian churches out here.
Right.
So some of them still out here seeing how far they can get and eat the wrong things.
Right.
Go ahead. What we got?
Got Romans 8:2.
Right.
For the law of the spirit of life.
Where we at?
You said
8 and you 8 and 2?
Concert.
Go ahead and read that too. I meant 8 and 3, but go ahead and read that.
Slide.
Read that.
Romans 8:2.
Right.
For the law of the spirit of the life in Christ Jesus have made me free from the law of sin and death.
Go ahead. Read
verse
3.
3. For what the law could not do.
Lord, the law could not do what law? What is he talking about? He ain't talking about the commandments. What is he talking about? Go ahead.
Talking about those punishments of the law.
For the law could not do, right? And that it was weak, right? Yeah. These ordinances also,
right?
And this being, and what did they do for you not keeping those ordinances? They punished you, right? And being stoned to death, they say it was weak, right?
Right.
So read that again.
For what the law could not do,
right?
In that it was weak through the flesh,
right?
God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
He sent his, in other words, what does that mean, man? He sent his own son in likeness of sinful flesh.
Right.
Did he send some alien off in somewhere galaxy? What did he do? Go ahead now, y'all.
That's like trying to figure out how to
in other words, I'm saying he said he sent his son. Read that again.
Okay.
Or go ahead, read.
For what the law could not do,
right?
In that it was weak through the flesh,
right?
God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
He was born like us, like a.
He's born from the seed of David.
Right.
That means he was susceptible to sinning.
Right.
That's what that means.
Right.
Lest anybody say, "Oh, I can't keep this law, man. The law, I can't do this, man. I can't." The Most High made it. The Most High is a genius. He understands what it takes for us to. He knew you'd be saying that.
Right.
Some crazy, that Christ was a superhuman.
Like it, sir.
Go ahead.
He Zeus.
Yeah, he's Zeus. Yeah. In other words, I can't do that. I can't do what y'all doing. In other words, I don't know. It's man. I hear a lot of people say that too, man.
Right.
A lot of people saying that you can't do what Christ did. Man, we can't be perfect. We can't do all that. Of course, But finish reading that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where we at? 8 and 3.
Concert.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For what the law could not do,
right?
And that it was weak through the flesh.
Yeah.
God sent his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh.
He condemned sin in the flesh, man. In other words, the law with our flesh is weak, man.
Right.
We had to change our whole way of thinking, our mind, our thing. He had to and then he had to give us a little grace because we know we're gonna need that too.
Right.
And he had to couple that with some mercy too for the children of Israel, right?
Right.
He had to, man, because if he wouldn't, we all been dead up in there, right?
Sure.
Read what? Okay, good. Where we at?
That was the end of the verse 3.
Right. So go back to Leviticus. Well, where we at?
We were at verse 3.
Right.
Leviticus 17.
Right.
And 3.
Right.
What man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox, right, or lamb,
right,
or goat,
right,
in the camp,
right,
or killeth it out of the camp,
right.
Verse 4, and bringeth it up.
No. I mean, this the Most High is telling you about these ordinances,
right,
and these laws that couldn't. The Most High was trying to. We're trying to tell you and explain to you, man, how the Most High pulled us from all of this. And this pulled us from all of these ordinances, man, that we don't have to keep anymore. But the Most High, Christ died in the flesh for us. We got no excuse why Christ died, because he did it for us.
Right.
Right. That's why I say your obedience, man. You need your obedience to be known. Right.
Right.
Right. In other words, finish reading. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's like that killeth the ox, lamb, or goat
Right.
in the camp,
Right.
or killeth it out of the camp,
Right.
and bring it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering to the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord.
Right.
Blood shall be imputed unto that man.
In other words, you didn't do back then, for disobedience. If you didn't do what the Most High said, they kill you. They put that blood was imputed to you.
Correct.
And look that word up. Impute. It's to, in other words, to put on you.
Right.
That's what it means. It's, in other words, you're gonna bear it. You're gonna bear those sins.
Right.
And in a form of a sharp rock across your head. This is. I mean, these sacrifices didn't work back then. That's why Yahweh Shah had to come and say, look here, man, bring your obedience, man, to the Most High. You need to. How do you make your obedience known, man, y'all? How do you do that? By what?
By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
And it shows, right?
Right.
It shows, right? Exactly right. When you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, it's going to show through your life, right? And the only people I can see that do that is the ISUPK, man.
That's right.
That's the only ones, right? Let's clap it up for the people in ISUPK, because the only ones that actually that make an attempt to do that. Of course, I ain't going to talk about the weak one. I'm just going to talk about the good, all the good of the ISUPK.
Right.
That what we do is we keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It keeps marriages together. It keeps families together. It keeps us from eating pork. Right. It keeps them from eating shrimp, crab, and lobster, man. Right. It keeps us. It even allows us to have more than one wife.
Right.
What the Bible says, and you can appreciate that when a man come home and and that's what he needs to do. If that's what he needs, or he need one wife, that's fine. Right. If he needs zero wife, the Bible says that, and we follow that here in ISBK. What you got over there, Cosmar?
The definition of impute.
Right.
Assigned to something by, look at this, represent something, especially something undesirable,
right,
as being done, caused, or possessed by someone,
right,
an attribute,
right, it's a sign, a sign, right. In other words, those sins are assigned to you. In other words, if you don't accept being in ISBK, your sins on you. You out there in the world slumming.
Right.
That's what basically is saying. So it's the same thing. In other words, you out there, you might as well come in here and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Which, if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, right?
Right.
What we at? In other words, give me 1 Samuel 15:22. Let's see what Samuel the prophet had to say about all these sacrifices, rather than trying to slum and enjoying a little pleasures, man. Right?
Right.
In other words, what would you do? In other words, that's what we were doing when you out there before you got an HBK. If you can remember back, and some of y'all can, if you can remember back, what were you doing here, honey? You were weak, buying chocolates on Valentine's Day and flowers, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You were weak and letting the woman run the household, right or wrong?
Right.
I mean, in other words, you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do. You grew up, you became a man here in IGPK, right?
That's right.
What we got?
It's like you said, 1 Samuel.
What I say? 1 Samuel 15:22. Read that. Right.
All right, 1 Samuel 15:22.
Right.
And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
Yeah, it's a question. It's not recorded. He's just read that again.
Right. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
It's a question. It says, does he like these sacrifices or the obedience?
Right.
In other words, are we doing this for nothing?
Right.
Or you supposed to be obeying the law? And that's Israel, just like, in other words, the rich man just went sin crazy.
Right.
He went up there he went up to old man Johnson's farm, but I know I'm gonna sin with you, woman. And that's how we do out here right now.
Yeah.
Right? In other words, you get presumptuous thinking that, I got race. I ain't fall dead right now.
Right.
Come on, talk to me. Y'all talk to me. I ain't fall dead right now, so I think I can smoke this last Zah.
Right.
I think I can smoke this last regular. I think I can make it, man. I ain't got no problem with it, man. I think it can be done. In other words, you go around the corner, you find out your whole life sitting over there. Now you're broke.
Right.
Now you ain't got no money. Now you now you know what I'm saying? Now and you sitting up here. I mean, I think I can eat this last. I've seen people like to do this, man. You know what? I ain't gonna eat no more pork, man. I ain't gonna do no more shrimp. I ain't gonna do no lobster and crab, man. And they sit up there, and then I've seen this.
Right.
And then, but well, anyway, in other words, when you eat that, I've seen this. I've seen it out in the world, man. When you eat that, when you know, man, this stuff gonna give you high blood pressure. I don't know. I don't eat it anyway, man. And you wind up in the hospital doing what? High blood pressure. Some of them die. And sit up here and you read. I said, man, I done read that. You can't eat that. That's we done told you. I mean, HBK would have told you can't eat that stuff, right?
Right.
So I'm a priest and prophet, and I'm trying to tell you not to eat that.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, don't mess with that woman right there, man. She ain't ready yet. I'm trying to tell, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not your wife, man. That ain't what you want. That ain't what you want to do yet. Just wait. See, and read that again, 1 Samuel.
Oh God.
Right.
1 Samuel 15 and 22. And Samuel said, "Had the Lord as his great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices."
Most High don't have no great delight in burnt offices and sacrifices, man.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
As in obeying the voice of the Lord.
What would he rather for you to do? To listen.
Right.
To listen to him and obey. Right.
Right.
Go ahead. Read.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
To what?
To obey is better than sacrifice.
To not eat them sea roaches.
Right.
Go ahead.
And to hearken than the fat of rams.
And to hearken to what's hearken mean? Go ahead.
It means to listen.
To listen, right? Clap it up for the brother. To listen. That's all it takes. All it takes is that you listen to the Most High. Well, not all it takes. It starts there, right?
Right.
But if you don't listen, where you at? If you don't listen, what you gonna do if you don't listen? Most High, he got something ready for you. He got an angel that'll make you listen,
Right.
or you gonna die, right?
Right.
So read that. I'm sorry. Did we finish reading that?
Okay.
Yeah. In other words, you join sin pleasures for just a little season, man. Right. Just for a little while. What did we read? Hebrews 11:25.
He said
Hebrews 11:25. Read that. Because that's what our people choose to do. We choose to do this, man. Instead of, matter of fact, we go to the churches that allow us to do this,
Right.
to sin, right?
Right.
And Christ has made the provisions for your flesh through his son. God, the Most High, that made the provision for your flesh through Yahweh Shai, right?
Right.
All you have to do is just get in your closet and make yourself right. But mainly, and once you come out of there and you say, you know what, I'm in HBK now.
Right.
And then all I got to do is follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Go to the Passover. And you know what? I'm a lot of us. You don't have to. Matter of fact, all that foolishness about praying over food and all of that stuff, and carrying on and say, you know what? I can make this last whole run. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I like I know that. I'm gonna make this last whole run, man. Hey, it ain't gonna be bad. What you got to read over there, man? Well, I get in trouble here. Go ahead.
Hebrews 11
Right.
and 21.
Yeah, go ahead.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction
Right.
with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sins for a season.
So what should we be choosing, man?
To suffer affliction with the people of God.
And who's suffering affliction with the people of God? Who? Who is suffering affliction? Who are the people of God, first of all?
Israel.
And Israel, right?
Right.
And who's suffering affliction? You won't suffer with your brothers.
Right.
In other words, what does that mean? How can you suffer with your brother? Because we're here in ISHPK, man. We're in ISHPK, man, and we out there on the camp. We're on the corner, You know, we hit it hard on the corner, man. And you know, in other words, we could be killed right there.
Right.
Right? So how are we suffering? That's what it says, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High. Aren't we suffering by not only that, are we suffering by going to work every day, not making enough to pay our rent?
Right.
How are we suffering? Are we suffering by walking 3 miles to work and 3 miles back because the cars cost too much?
Right.
Aren't we suffering? Aren't we suffering in an apartment where we pay $1,500 and got one little heater where everybody got to get in the corner to heat up,
right,
and wait for your 98.6 degrees of your body to heat up the whole apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we suffering affliction?
Okay.
While we can easily go out there and sell drugs and go out there and live it up, right?
Right.
But what do we choose to do? Read that, Hebrews 11:25.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God,
Right.
than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Right. We're going to suffer being afflicted here in America, man.
Right.
Right? Being rid of suffering affliction. What else? Hung from trees, man.
Right.
Not only in Mississippi, all across the nation, man. Shot in the street, right?
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
We've been shot in the street daily. We dying daily because we suffering affliction with our people. But read that again. Choosing what?
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God,
Right.
than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Pleasures of sin for a season. Because in other words, that sin that you doing, that you ain't letting the Most High know. I mean, he already know. I don't know why you think he don't. Let your obedience be known. You might as well, right?
Right.
But you suffering. You don't want to suffer your people. You want to go out there and enjoy the what? What does it say?
To enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
To just enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Wow.
Just to go out there and say, I want to go out there and go ahead, Councilman. Go ahead.
Like it's just saying, you know, as you're breaking it down,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's saying suffering affliction. You know, that's a long thing.
Right.
And then enjoying the pleasure of sin for a season, it's short.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Short time.
you only get a little bit of time to have whatever pleasure you want. So
Go ahead.
So,
Okay. Just a small time,
yeah,
right?
Right.
And we choose to
That's it.
suffer that small little time. That's a good point. It's heavy, man.
Right.
That's a good point. We choose to suffer that small little time. It looks monumental to you at the time.
Right.
You with that girl, man. You know damn well you shouldn't be with her. You know she ain't even your wife. That's my point.
Right.
You understand? She's some
Right.
stripper that you trying to hook up with, and you sitting up there, and then anyway, you know, and then our go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm laughing.
Huh?
No, I'm just laughing. He's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it ain't even your wife. You sitting up here just going up,
Yeah.
just saying, you know what, I don't want to go home tonight, man. I just want to be with this hooker.
Right.
And you sitting up here, there's little pleasures, man. Or you sitting up here saying, man, you know what? I got this cigarette habit. I just can't break this thing, man. Instead of we got counseling up here in IHBK.
Right.
Instead you want to suffer the little, what is it? Read that again.
Suffer affliction with the people of God.
Instead of doing that, instead of getting up here, read that from the top again.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God.
Yeah. Might as well get in here and let it count for something.
Right.
Box and let it count for something, right?
Right.
Suffer the affliction. You get hit in the nose, get the hell back up, keep rolling, right?
That's right.
You know, get an IHBK, keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's what. In other words, we're the only nation. We're in captivity. We're the only nation that is suffering the affliction from all these other nations out here.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Finish reading on that.
Then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a
The
season.
pleasures of sins for a little bit of seed. Won't even last. In other words, by the time you get in there and turn out the lights and light a candle, it's time to come back out again.
Right.
Right.
And y'all think, oh, y'all, don't give me that stuff about y'all, these all-nighters. Get the hell out of here. You up and you up and scratch your head. Damn, I did that. Yep.
Right.
Especially when you cut the lights on and see this ragamuffin that you done been with. Instead of being home with your nice, beautiful wife. Now, in other words, instead of being with your nice two wives, let's just make it plain, right? Yeah. Instead of being with your nice one wife, where are you at? You out here around the corner and then slept around and with somebody else's wife.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In other words, and you out here. Now you got monumental problem. Hell, your rent ain't even paid, and you out here to spend money across time in a hotel room somewhere.
Right.
I'm just trying to make it plain for our brothers, because our sisters, and I'm sure you out there slumming just as well, right? Right. Ain't nobody want to put nothing in the chat about that, right? But but you know, come on, elaborate. Go ahead, man. I know you ain't gonna do your mind. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Yeah, there you go. Because, well, we don't want to suffer the sins. You want to enjoy these sins just for a little while, man.
Right.
You know, this, you know, those old sacrifices that we did back in the days, man, could not keep us going. Christ, the Most High, had to die for Israel, man.
Right.
He had to die so that you can understand who you are. Go ahead, Nayar.
Yes, like you said, if I may.
Go ahead.
You got to realize what that word sacrifice means. Mm-hmm. It means to, in order for something to live, something has to die.
That's right. And clap it up for brother. Right, exactly. In order for something to live, man, something else got to be pushed out of the way. Right. Something else. And if the yard's gonna live, then you got to put the death to something else, right? That's right. That's a good point. Clap it up for the brother. Right there. Exactly right.
It's a lot.
Go ahead.
And it's just like you shedding yourself for the world. So I meant to put an ISUPK, you know, and you get your Hebrew name. Mm-hmm. That old slavery name, that old Jew is dead, and now you a new man or woman.
That's right.
Into the school.
Clap it up there, priest. Right. Exactly right. You're in the school now. You're a new man. You no longer do these, right? You don't want to be a friend of the world, man. Right? That's right. You don't want that. That's you want it. That's the only way. You gotta do something to acknowledge these sins before the Most High, so you can get yourself together. Give me what is that? James 4:4. Right. Give me that. See what you got. Kind of like that. Because the Most High looks at you like you want to be friend with that. You want to enjoy those pleasures for a little while. You want to is that what you want to do? Right. What should we do? You want to do is that what you wanted? The Most High looking at you like, right? What? Yeah. Christ, I done sent my son to die for you, and all of the please. Nigga, please. That's what the Most High is looking at you like, nigga, please. What the hell? Right. And Christ on the right hand of the Father, look at these people down here lost their damn mind. Read for me. What you got, James 4:4?
James 4:4. Right. Ye adulterers.
You what?
Adulterers. Adulteresses.
Don't forget about the sisters. Adulteresses. Adulterers. Go ahead.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
You can't be friendship with Esau. You can't be friendship with nothing out here enjoying no pleasures for a small time season, right? Right. Read that again. Read that from the top again, man. Let people wake up. Let them know, man. Go ahead.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Right. Whosoever
no. Read that again. 4:4 is asking a question here. It's rhetorical. You should know this. That's what it's saying. In other words, James is telling them. Go ahead, read.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses.
Right.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Right.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God.
You've been a friend of the world. What are you? You're an enemy to God, man.
Yeah.
You're enemy to the Most High, man. That's what it's saying.
Right.
You can't go out there and slum and in other words, your sins still be on you. You still alive. The sins still be alive on you instead of letting them die like no yard say.
Right.
They're supposed to die, right?
Right.
In other words, your obedience. Nobody can. In other words, no one can see your obedience.
Right.
Said, let your obedience be known. Right?
Right.
No one can see that you're doing right. So what do? You go out there and you go right back into the same world that you came out of.
Right.
Right? Read that for me again one more time.
Okay.
Right.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses.
Right. What's an adulterer, man?
Adulterer?
Right.
It's like, if I may,
Go ahead.
an adulterer is a man that sleeps with another brother's wife.
Right.
And an adulteress is a woman that that has sex with another man other than her husband.
Exactly.
Because
Because she got, you Jesus Christ. Oh, it is good, very well put. And she's a hoe, and you a hoe.
Right.
You're an abominable hoe because you sleep with another man's wife. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Read verse 5 right there.
Come on, God.
Yeah.
Do you think that the scripture saith in vain that the spirit dwelleth in us, lusted to envy?
Right.
Right.
Do you think that? It's a question, right? Finish read 6.
But he giveth more grace. Wherefore?
You give more what?
More grace.
More time. Go ahead.
Wherefore he said, God resisteth the proud,
Right.
but giveth grace unto the humble.
Yeah, he resists the proud, man. In other words, to resist the proud, gonna give them trials, bro.
Right.
You're gonna run into a stone wall every time. But he do what? What's the finish of that?
But he giveth grace unto the
He
humble.
give grace to the humble, man. He
Right.
give more time to the humble, right?
Right.
And he resists. In other words, somebody gonna be on a dialysis machine.
Right.
Somebody gonna be in a hospital ward. What? Go ahead. Leon. Go ahead.
Dialysis machine.
Somebody, you sitting up here. Somebody, they proud
Right.
because they gonna smoke that Salem and that cool and right. They proud, man. But what the most high, you gonna be on that dialysis? You gonna be sitting up here? Oh Lord, I should have done this. You gonna sit up here, high blood pressure in the hospital? What the most high say? Read that again.
Right. But he giveth more grace.
Right. He give him more grace. He give him more time. Go ahead.
Wherefore he said, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble.
Yeah, he gonna give. In other words, he gonna give more grace to the humble.
Right.
But what does it mean? Look up humble. Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up. Look these words up, man.
Right.
Look up humble. In other words, so people will know. In other words, we talking about, we've got a lot of people out here, man. They think, in other words, instead of following orders and doing what the captains say, man, no, I'm proud, man. I want to do my damn thing.
Right.
In other words, when I come in here now, instead of the Most High tell you what to do, all you have to do is follow the ISUBK under command of General Yohanan. Man, that's why you think he set up camps in ISUBK, right?
Right.
You ain't got to call. All you got to do is call the captain, so and so. Hey, I need some counsel.
Right.
I ain't proud. I'm humble.
Right.
Right. Read.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
What is that?
Humble.
A low estimate of what? Having said it again.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
Yeah, he humble.
Right.
Right. In other words, I don't think highly of myself. Because I know I got more room to grow. Right. I'm letting y'all know. In other words, I'm trying to walk in this light, walk in this marvelous light. Right.
That's right.
I'm trying, but now look up proud. Look up this one that's gonna be on the dialysis machine. because you're being proud and you're wicked, man. Because if you go out there and do all those things out in the world that this Bible say don't do, you're gonna be in a hospital.
Right.
You're gonna be having AIDS. You're gonna be having lung problems on a lung machine, an air machine, what do you call them, man? When they're walking around with the breathing machine.
Yeah.
You know, that's, in other words, instead of obeying the Lord, Most High, give me definition of proud. There, that's what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Definition of proud:
Right.
having or showing a high or excessively high opinion
That's the damn opposite.
of oneself or one's importance.
They're diametrically opposed to each other. Right. Humble, low estimate of himself. You know, I'm being humble. You know, I'm a warrior, but you know what? I'm gonna look out for my brother. I'm gonna show brotherhood to cars in the yard, right?
Right.
But what does proud mean?
Proud,
Oh, have mercy.
having or showing a high or excessively high opinion of one's self.
A high opinion. I think much of my damn self. You know, I can do what I don't need nobody else to tell me nothing. You know, in other words, you understand what I'm saying. I ain't got it. That breaks itself down when you think about it, man.
Right.
In both sides here and here. No, we don't do that now, HBK. You know, you know, because you're gonna get yourself A1 number one kicked the hell out of here, but not being brotherly, trying to be proud, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's when we don't talk about few, the proud. That's what Esau does.
Yeah.
What do you say? The few, the proud, the Marines, right? Yeah, look at this. Look at it. Come back. Go ahead.
I'm proud to be an American.
I'm proud to be American. Some of these games over here, let's take our flag. I'm saying, what the fuck is it that way? I'm sorry. Hey, let's say that again. Go ahead.
You talking about Call of Duty?
Yeah. So what I'm talking about, we got to protect our flag. I'm saying, what the hell does it mean? You know, that's how Esau, arrogant bastard, is what he is. You know, that's what you got to deal with him. And then we follow that.
Right.
We follow that. We follow that because we want to enjoy his sins, just like we want to enjoy his sins. Right? He on the dialysis machine. We won't be on the dialysis machine too, right? he got AIDS. I want AIDS too. That's what you're saying? No, damn well it's a rhetorical statement, but you know damn well who wants AIDS? Who wants a dialysis machine? But that's where you're headed from, right? Because your obedience is not known, man. You sitting up here, obeying the pleasures for a season, right? And what that's gonna get you? You having some of that manna over there. You know what I'm saying? Read that again. Where we at?
We are at.
What? No, okay. I'll tell you what. You okay? No. Give me verse 7. I'm sorry. Keep going. James 4:7.
It's like I'm having some technical difficulties.
Right. What did the Bible say to do?
I'm having some technical difficulties. Can you give me the verse again?
James 4:7. Right? Right. I know you're enjoying that manna for a while. I'm just joking with you. Tastes good. That's good. That's what it's for. Right? Give me James 4:7. In other words, you were on James 4:6, right?
Right, sir.
All right, keep up with that for me, Kazimar.
I got you right there.
Second officer, now come on.
James 4:7. Submit yourselves, therefore, unto God.
To do what?
Submit yourselves, therefore, unto God.
So submit yourself to Esau.
Unto God.
Submit yourself to Elam.
To God.
Submit yourself to the African.
To God.
What? Finish reading.
Resist the devil.
Do what?
Resist the
Resist. Who's the devil? Come on now, y'all. Who's the devil?
The white.
Go ahead.
Esau.
Esau's the goddamn devil. The Bible speaks of, right? I mean, that's what it is. But what the Bible say to do what?
Resist the devil.
Uh-huh.
And he will flee from you.
He can get away from you, man. He say, look, you know, there's resistance. Because that's the power that the priest and prophet will have, man. You get out of here, man.
Right.
You know, get it. Walk backwards like the crawfish that you is. Resist his women. Right? Resist his, y'all say the crawfish, right? What the crawfish do, man?
Sideways, don't it?
He walk backwards too.
Yeah,
you walk in front of him, he gonna get the hell, he gonna back up, man. It crawfishing, right?
Right.
You've been fishing before, right? I know you know what a crawfish is, man. What? And then go ahead. Submit your again 7. Right.
Submit yourselves, therefore, to God.
Right.
Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Submit yourself, therefore, to Yahweh.
Right.
And resist these devils out here, man.
Right.
Resist Esau and resist all these other devils out here, man. That we read about in Psalms 83. That hate us. That had part of our slavery, man.
Right.
Go ahead, finish reading. Verse 8.
Verse 8. Mm-hmm. Draw nigh to God.
Draw nigh to the Most High. What does that mean to draw nigh? Go ahead. No, just what does it mean? What is the word to mean to draw nigh? Draw near. So look it up. Look it up. Draw nigh to the Most High. What does that mean? I did ask, so go ahead. Look it up. Look that word up. You see, where you look? We're looking up nigh. Go ahead, look it up. It's an old English word, man. Old Quaker English, man. It's Go ahead. What you got? I say it's near, but go ahead. Check it out. Oh, you can look it up in the. If you can't find it on your. Google it. Cause it's the answer to obedience.
Right.
When you find that word, you'll find the end to draw near. Well, I say it's draw near. Read it. You got it? You can't find it, look it up in the Google. You got it?
I said, I ain't got it in my
phone. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cos. Look that up. Let's look it up. Because when you find it, this is the answer to obedience. So letting your obedience be known, it would be the answer. Right?
Yeah.
Who we got in the chat there? A lot of people asking questions. Mm-hmm.
We got Brother Mike.
Right. Good. Have Mike.
Brother
Kamawan, right? Trooper Kamawan.
Officer Ashayala.
Asha in there. Yeah, you know.
Sister Labaya.
Sister Labaya.
Yeah. Sister Shara.
Sister Shara. All right.
And that's it.
Let's clap it up for her. We glad that you all joined. What's the comment?
Sister Shara, she said, "Come closer to the Most High."
That's right. Clap it up for her, sister. That's exactly right. To draw nigh means to come closer or near, right?
Right.
To come near, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it means. To come near. That's what when you did you look it up also?
My phone was
But that's what it means. But that's all right. That's what it means. It means to come near. When it says draw nigh, it's just an old nigh. Just come here. In other words, come to the Most High. Finish reading.
Right. And he will draw nigh.
Start from the top. I'm sorry.
Draw nigh to God.
Right.
And he will draw nigh to you.
Yeah. In other words, you start doing his law, statutes, commandments. What he's gonna do?
Draw nigh to you.
He's gonna start being your protection. He's gonna start helping you, man.
Right.
He'll start making sense out of your life. And that means he'll tell you, because I know it told me, told y'all.
Right.
What did he tell you to do? Get out your PK.
Right.
Finish read.
Cleanse your hands.
Right. What does it mean to cleanse your hands, man? Are your hands dirty, man? Hey, wait, go ahead.
It means to wash away all the sinful.
What do you mean? How you do that?
By changing, by following the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's the key right there. Don't give me that Christian effort. Wash away. We ain't gonna baptize and goddamn thing up here. What we gonna do is do what?
Follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's it. In other words, we're talking about we're gonna wash and we're gonna what it said, we'll pray over it, in the Christian church. You know what I'm talking about.
Wash away your sin.
Wash away your sin, right? No, hell to the no.
It's like washed by the blood of Jesus.
That's right. We're gonna wash you by the blood of Jesus. In other words, I'm under the blood. That's what you got all kinds of.
That sounds like some satanic rituals.
Right.
Yeah, I'm under the blood.
And you drink
blood.
like and you drinking the blood on the what's that day they have?
Communion.
Communion.
Yeah, they doing that too.
Nice.
Finish reading verse 8. You exactly right. Unless y'all just want to keep you good. You got some more there. Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead.
and they eating that man bread, and they eating his body with the bread, you know.
Like soaking it up with the cracker,
With
right?
the cracker.
Talking about and first a Catholic church deep and thick and heavy with that, man.
Okay.
Got our people all tore up and confused about how to come back to the Most High.
Right.
This Bible says, do what? Read it again, verse 8.
Draw nigh to God,
Right,
and he will draw nigh to you.
right. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he'll simply draw nigh to you, man. Finish reading.
Cleanse your hands.
Cleanse your hands. That means to start keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, and get rid of those sins. That's how you get rid of them, right? Go ahead.
Ye sinners.
He's calling us sinners. Go ahead, read.
And purify your heart.
What is talking about, man? Purify your heart. You gonna take a broom and clean your heart? What? Go ahead.
Your heart is your mind.
The heart is your mind. So purify your mind, right? How do you purify your mind, y'all?
By doing different.
In other words, and you do different from the prescription of the commandments, right?
Right.
That's whatever the commandments say do. That's what it says do, man. And then what does it say? Finish reading.
Ye double-minded.
In other words, you double-minded, wanting to be, I'm here and I'm over there. I'm doing. Matter of fact, I'm on the platform right here. Smoke coming up. I don't have smoke. And then, but now I want to go back. I see that. I can't help it, man. I see that man over there smoking that Zab.
Right.
I got to have him a piece of that. Ain't that right? Ain't that? Shy, y'all know what I'm talking about over there. And he got to have some of that. Wake him up over there. I got to have some of that Zab, man. I just can't help it. Shit. I mean, I'm just going. I'm sloppy. I'm just gonna. And I got to have that woman, man. She got them 34, 28, 58. I mean, 48. She whatever. She got it because they putting them patches on that ass now. But here's the thing. What I'm saying is that the Most High says, cleanse your what?
Cleanse your hands.
Cleanse your hands. Stop doing what you were doing before, man.
Right.
In other words, whatever you did, there's so many sins, I can't tell them all.
Right.
Go ahead, finish reading.
Ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Right, exactly. Purify your heart, ye double-minded. Stop being in and out.
Right.
That's what finish reading. I'm sorry, verse 9.
Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Be afflicted and mourn and weep.
Mm-hmm. Be afflicted. What is that? I mean, in other words, get in here.
Right.
Take the war wounds.
Right.
That's what it's saying.
Right.
Finish reading.
And let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to heaviness.
let your laughter, man. In other words. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
It's like it's saying, go through the fire.
Go through the fire. That's exactly that's a better way of putting it.
Right.
Just go through that fire, man. Go through the tribulation that you're going to.
Right.
Let your laughter be turned. In other words, get all that stuff out.
Right.
And get in here and do what you're supposed to be doing, man. And your joy, to heavy. It's heavy now, man.
Right.
It's this heaviness, man. These burdens I got to carry. But the Most High gonna do what? He gonna carry them for you,
That's
right? Right. In other words, verse 10. We're talking about letting your obedience be known, man. Right. Go ahead. Read verse 10.
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord.
Humble yourself. So we talked about humble, right?
Right.
In other words, don't think yourself so damn high.
Right.
Like you some sort of super goddamn star. Come off your little 25-cent podium and get in here and we can't do the law, statutes, and commandments, right?
Right.
What does it say in verse 10?
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord.
In the sight of Esau.
In the sight of the Lord.
In the sight of Elam.
The
sight of these Africans.
The Lord.
The Bible says, do what?
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord.
In the sight of the Lord. Go ahead. And he'll do what?
And he shall lift you up.
He gonna make you a superstar. Keep it right.
Go.
Well, in other words, you ain't got to be in the James Brown. Get up. You ain't got to do all that, man.
Right.
You ain't got to go out here and do none of that.
Right.
All you got to do is obey the what?
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord.
Right. Humble yourself. In other words, think low esteem and then get up. And I ain't talking about that. I ain't saying that you can't go and pursue a career or whatever.
Right.
But make sure that you always under command and general Yohana,
That's right.
which is pointing you toward Christ, which is pointing you toward Yahweh Shah.
Right.
Just make sure you in the ISUPK doing what you're supposed to do. Any more comments over there?
Nah, son.
Right. In other words, and of course, the rest of his brotherhood, right? Speak not evil to one another, breaking the right. He speak. Yeah, cool. Now go back to let's finish reading up there in Leviticus. Then we'll get ready to close this out, right?
Okay. All right. Can I read 4 over again?
Yeah, go ahead.
And,
Yeah, that's what I thought we got. Go ahead.
and bring it not unto the door of the tabernacle
Right.
of the congregation
Right.
to offer an offering to the Lord
Right.
before the tabernacle of the Lord.
Right.
Blood shall be imputed unto that man.
Right. You know, back then, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You got that stone in the eye. Go ahead.
Right. He
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He has shed blood, and that man shall be cut off
Right.
from among his people.
Right. They cut you off back then when you didn't do those sacrifices, right?
Right.
Because all that stuff not necessary anymore. Most High died, right? Go ahead. Finish reading.
Verse 5. To the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifice, which they offer in the open field,
Finish reading.
even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offerings unto the Lord.
Finish reading.
Verse 6.
Right.
And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
You just tell them what the priest's job and your job is to get yourself involved in sacrifice service, which the blood of goats could never help you anyway.
Right.
But go ahead. It's just what they did. Go ahead.
And burn the fat for a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Right. Verse 7. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils.
That's in other words, and they were out there in the groves offering their sacrifice to all these other nations.
Right.
To their gods, their devils.
Right.
That's what the Most High was trying to do for us. But he had to do it in the form of Yahushua, right?
Right.
Finish reading that, verse 7. I'm sorry.
After whom they may have gone a whoring, this shall be a statute for forever throughout their generations.
Don't go whoring after the other gods.
Right.
That's what this is saying.
Right.
Don't do that. That's what happened back then. You know, the Most High cut them off. You know, and the Most High, you still going out there whoring after these other gods, and he find a lot of them up here in these wicked churches, man. That's why a lot of our people came. A lot of our people are right now.
Right.
That's what's been holding them back, right?
Right.
The Most High, in other words, you can't be friends with the world, man.
Right.
Because our pastors will keep you caught up in these churches, man. That's what it is. That's why the Most High said you need to humble yourself, man, and be not proud.
Right.
That's what it is. So if you want to get yourself out of these situations out here that's found in these churches, man, and start being obedient to the Most High and walk circumspect and walk correctly in front of the Most High, you know, and you gotta let Yahushua lead you, man.
Right.
You know, that's the thing. You gotta. In other words, he does that by saying, "Here's the statutes and the laws and the commandments."
Right.
You know, there's nothing hard to understand about that. It's just that our people thinking that there's something more magnanimous. It's really as simple as following laws, statutes, and commandments, right?
Right.
And therefore you'll be a whole lot better off than being out there doing disobedience, man.
Right.
You know, that's in other words, let your obedience be known.
Right.
Because if you don't, you see on that dialysis machine, we see over there with AIDS, we know what your obedience was.
Yeah.
You obeyed who? You obeyed that God.
Right.
That filthy God over there, whatever. That's what you obeyed. Some of y'all did let y'all obedience be known. You obeyed the other gods.
Right.
But I'm saying you're supposed to let your obedience be known to the Most High, right?
Right.
Let's clap it up for class, man. Let's clap it up for class, right? Any more questions over there? Right. Yeah. Let's we're gonna end class on that note. And right?
Oh, John.
Ma'am Shabbat. Pick up scrolls, blow the horn, God tomorrow. All right. Lock. Okay.
Sir, upon Hakim,
Sor Panyahaku.
Hakim, sorry.
Turn
Turn and face the east.
And Hakuyam the east is all turned, and Panya is the face. Right? Sar is the turn, right? Sor Panyahaku. Right?
Sir, upon Hakim.
Or La Panya.
Allah upon Hakim.
Either one. Go ahead.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
No.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Bashamayim.
Kodash,
Kodash.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Shemkah,
Shemkah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Balakotah,
Balakotah.
Daba'ah,
Daba'ah.
Ratazayaka,
Zayik.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah,
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa,
Awa.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim.
Nathan,
Nathan.
Manawa,
No.
Lakam,
No.
Kal,
Paul.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Wasalakinaw,
Wasalakinaw.
Kabawatinaw,
Kabawatinaw.
Wasalakinaw,
Wasalakinaw.
Kabawatinaw,
Walking
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Dabayayanaw,
Dabayayanaw.
Wanasayawa,
Wanasayawa.
Abal,
Ball.
Hayashaynaw,
Hayashaynaw.
Mayan,
Ayah.
Rai,
Right.
Kaya,
Ayah.
Naka,
Laka.
Amalakwa,
Malakwa.
Wahala,
Allah.
Watapar,
Right.
Walayim,
Right.
Aman.
Aman.
When we say it in Hebrew, we say it in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
Which art in heaven.
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom
thy
come.
will be done,
Thy will be done.
in earth,
In
as
earth.
it is in heaven.
As it is
Give
in
us this day,
Give us this
our
day
daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
Give us our
And
debts.
give our debtors.
Give our
Lead
debts.
us not
Lead us
into
not
temptation.
temptation.
Deliver us
Deliver
from evil.
from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the
kingdom,
power,
power,
the glory,
glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
This is Hakat, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Bahashim,
Bahashim.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Baba Koshah,
Baba Koshah.
Nathanaw,
Nathanaw.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Lapa'ah,
Arba'a.
Kalmalakah,
Kalmalakah.
Wakalmanawa,
Kalmanawa.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Latahar,
Latahar.
Amatazarium,
Azariah.
Hakak,
Hakak.
Lahakwim,
Hakak.
Hamathium, Hakak,
Hakak.
Ara'akwa, Mahata, Hamata'ala,
Hamata'ala.
Lagarshim,
Lagarshim.
Bahashim,
Bahashim.
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Awada,
Awada.
Aman.
Aman.
When we say it in Hebrew, we say it in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of
please
Yahushua,
give us the power.
please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness,
Power to heal all manner of
all
sickness.
manner of disease,
All manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the
the
lepers.
power to raise the
Power to
dead,
raise the dead.
power against unclean
Power
spirits,
to unclean
to
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them
In the
out.
name of Yahushua,
In the name of
Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim.
Bahashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Barakanah.
Barakanah.
Wayashala.
Mashal.
Wahayat Bayah.
Wahayah.
Saparium.
Sorry.
Barak.
Barak.
Lapa'ah.
Barak.
Magun.
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 Bahashim.
Bahashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Awada.
Awada.
Aman.
Aman.
When we said in Hebrew, we said in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
bless us,
Bless
in
us.
Israel,
In Israel.
the schools,
In the school.
bless him, shall protect
Bless his
our
ship.
loved
Our
ones.
loved ones.
In the name of
In the name
Yahushua,
of Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121. Asha'ah. Anyanya.
Anyanya.
Al.
Al.
Hahariya.
Bahari.
Mahayan.
Bahaya.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Azari.
Ma'ai.
Bahari.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Sorry. Asha. Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Namawat.
Namawat.
Rogalka.
Go.
Alyanawam.
Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamar.
Hanat.
Anat.
La'ah.
Allah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Allah.
Yagashan.
Yagashan.
Shawamar.
Shamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yashal.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tzalka.
Zol.
Al-Yai.
Ayah.
Yanyaka.
Yah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Like it. Yabamam.
Yabamam.
Hashamash.
Shamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Alayala.
Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashmarka.
Shamar.
Makarai.
Makarai.
Yashamar.
Shamar.
Atnapashka.
Atapash.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Shamar.
Taza'aka.
Taza'aka.
Waba'aka.
Mabak.
Ma'aita.
Ma'ai.
Wa'ai.
Ma'ai.
Allah.
Allah.
When he said in Hebrew, we said in English. I lift up my eyes
I lift my
to the
eyes
hills.
into the hills.
Which cometh my help.
Which come
My help coming from the
My
Lord.
help comes from the
Which
Lord.
made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
Do not
earth.
suffer thy foot to be
Do
moved.
not suffer thy
He
foot to
that
be moved.
keepeth
He
thee
that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth
is
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor
The
sleep.
Lord's thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The Lord
keeper.
is shade upon thy right
The Lord is
hand.
thy shade
The
upon thy
sun
right
shall
hand.
not smite thee by day,
Sun shall not smite
nor
thee
the
by
moon
day,
by night.
nor the moon by
The
night.
Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall
from
preserve
all
thee
evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
and thy coming in
And thy coming in.
from this time
From this
forth
time forth.
and even forevermore.
Even forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Adamayah.
Adamayah.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Atakarash.
Karash.
Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Dasakwat.
Aswat.
Al.
Al.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awabayik.
Bayik.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al.
Isle.
Amaka.
Amaka.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Yatasawa.
Zula.
Altasapawanyaka.
Wanyaka.
Armanwa.
Awa.
Lakawa. Wanakakira. Magawa. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham. Yasha'ala. Awada. Kaya. Natazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Alyaka. Bariyah. Yakawath. Alahaya. Adawam. Wan. Yashamai. Allah. Yam. Ma'awaba. Wahagariya. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Panashah. Ayn. Yashabna. Tazawar. Gam. Ashawar. It's like it. Nalawa. Amayim. Yahweh. Zawawai. Labana Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Laham. Kamadia. Kasiyah. Sarat. Kamyadi. Banakal. Kayash. Wan. Nashabna. Bayan. Da'arak. Hayawa. Daman. Lamadwa. Shayatamwa. Nadab. Yab. Mawa. Karai. Wakasabah. Wakasabak. Wakatazal. Mana'ai. Kal. Nasakama. Ashar. Armawa. Nasharashah. Nalawa. Nahawa. Alahayim. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagaya. Kakwash. Lapanya. Rabaka. Ka'ash. Daba'ira. Wakalaba. It's like Wakal. Haba. Dalahat. Hariyam. Khan. Dawadatma. Basa'arka. Basa'arka. Basa. Wabatka. Basa'arka. Wabasa. Wabatka. Dabalham. Mala'at. Panaham. Kwalawan. Waya. Bakwaswa. Shankar. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Waya. Balawa. Yaida Ai. Waya. Kaparwa. Waya. Abadwa. Waya. Nawai. Kaya. Aita. Shankar. Yahweh. Labatka. Ayayan. Al. Ka. Haratazah.
What he said in Hebrew, we said in English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
Be not
peace.
still.
Be not
O
still.
Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Below thy enemies.
Below thy enemies.
Make a tumult.
Make a tumult.
They that hate thee
They that hate
have
thee.
lifted up their
Lift up
head.
their head.
They have taken crafty
They have
counsel.
taken crafty
Against thy
counsel
people.
against thy
And
people.
consulted against thy hidden
Consulted
ones.
against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut off.
let us cut them off.
Cut them off.
From being
From being a nation.
a nation.
From being a nation.
From being a
That
nation.
the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
May be no more
And be
remembrance.
no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted
They
together.
have consulted
with one
together.
consent.
But one
They're
consent.
confederate with thee.
They're confederate
The
against
tabernacles of thee.
Tabernacle.
Israelites.
Israelites.
Moab.
Hagarees.
Hagarees. Baal. Ammon.
Amalek.
The
The
Philistines.
Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Inhabitants of Tyre.
Sure is also joined with
She is
them.
always joined with them.
And hope in the children of
Yeah,
God.
open it to the
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
To the
As the
Midianites.
Midianites.
As the Syrians.
As the Syrians.
The Jabin.
The Jabin.
The Brookasar.
Brookasar.
Perish that in
Perish that in
and became a dung of the
They were
earth.
dung for the earth.
Make them noble like a ram.
Make us noble like a ram.
And
And like the
made
ant.
all the princes of Zabah. And
And
Zabuna.
Zabuna.
Who said,
Who said,
let us take to
Let us
ourselves
take to
the
ourselves
houses of God.
the houses of God
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my Yahweh.
Oh my Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
Not to stumble before the wind.
Stumble before
And
the
the fire
wind.
that burnt the wood.
Fire burnt
The
the
flame
wood.
that set the mountains on fire.
Flame set mountains
So
on fire.
persecute them
So
with thy
persecute
tempest.
them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with our tempest.
And make them afraid,
And make them
with
afraid
thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with
Fill
shame.
their faces with
That they
shame.
may seek thy
And they
name.
may seek thy
O
name.
Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded.
let them be
And
confounded.
trouble
In
forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame.
them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may
And
know.
men may know
That thou,
that thou,
whose name alone,
name alone,
is
is
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
of the Most
of
High,
the Most High,
of all the earth.
all the earth.
Sir. Let's prepare to salute the Torah. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakah.
Like, how about Shimmy? I was Shabrakia.
Little horn. This concludes our Sabbath services here in Greenville, South Carolina. And we're going to ask if anybody wants to be anointed. Okay, if not, then let's close them out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakah. Sorry, faithful sisters. Close them out.
Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad Barak. Yahweh Shemala Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh Class dismissed.
Clap it up.